Okay, let's add to your graphic organizer for some examples of glory as a motivation that we learned today. Um, One of the examples we learned, I'm going to add it to this bubble right here, was to become famous, to become important, maybe given a coat of arms by your king, and your kids can actually inherit that coat of arms going forward. So this was a big motivation, just to be famous. We can relate to that in today's society as well. Another good example of glory that I'm going to add to the next bubble is simply to be remembered as a legend. Columbus is certainly remembered as a legend for being the first one to bring back information about the New World, and Cortez gets this legend in his lifetime of his bravery and his daring, defeating a huge empire and coming back to tell everybody about it. And we are still talking about him even to this day, so I think he did achieve that as well. Let's think about a couple other examples. One is kind of basic too, and that is simply to be the first or to be number one. You kind of get bragging rights if you're the first person to see something, a place, an animal, an event, and you get bragging rights if your team wins the championship, if you get the highest score. So to be the first or to be number one is a major motivating factor. And then one last motivation that would be a great example here would be to name places after yourself, after your country, maybe even after your king. Along the Baja Peninsula, between that and mainland Mexico, you have today the Sea of Cortez. That's named after Cortez. We've reviewed a few places like Colombia, Hispaniola, that were named for Columbus and the country of Spain. And there are many more in the New World. So these are all great examples that you could add to your graphic organizer. You may have found some other examples too. You can add those if you would like. But this should complete everything for glory. Eventually, also, I want you guys to be able to explain why glory was a strong motivation for exploration. You should have plenty of knowledge and evidence to answer that question now. Well done.